Hi, everyone. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us today. We are really excited to be here. You are watching a live demo of one of vcita's newest and most exciting features, the nesting capability. So we've been pretty exciting about this feature. We've been putting it out there on our social media channels. We dedicated our last VHub newsletter to it. And today's demo is going to be all about kind of going that extra mile, explaining what it is, how it works, and how you can go ahead and set it up in your account. My name is Rachel Shapiro. I'm with the vcita team, and here with us we have a special guest, Oded Israel, who is a product group manager. Oded, how you doing?
Good. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Glad to be here again.
We're
Fighting.
so happy to have you. Last time you were here, you took the stage and you introduced us to the new client card, which got some great feedback. And you're here with us today to talk about another super exciting addition to our CRM. So
Yeah.
Oded manages and oversees the entire development and design process that kind of builds, some of the most important parts of vcita. So the CRM, the client cards that you probably use on a regular basis, as well as the marketing, so the email marketing templates, the automated campaigns, and the online experiences. So the client portal, the website widgets, the business page, it's all this guy. So he has a pretty busy work day, and we're really happy that you've taken the time to be with us here today. So thank you. It's a great
Thanks
day.
for having me.
Yeah, no, thank you for coming. Thank you so much for taking the time. I'm in such a good mood today, guys, because it's been a full week since I've had my the second dose of my COVID vaccine. So now I can sort of gradually start going back into life. So I'm, pretty excited. I'll attempt to go back to normal life. So I am indeed pretty excited about that. And we also have another guest with us today, Kieran, who's a product support specialist and community manager. Kieran is here with us behind the scenes, and she will be answering your questions. So if you have any questions about what we're talking about nesting, questions for Oded, or questions about, anything vcita, you can drop her a note. How do you ask a question in, looks like I'm running into some trouble here with my presentation, but to ask a question, let's just try this again. To ask a question on GoToWebinar, you're going to use the GoToWebinar widget. So there's a little widget there. It might be collapsed. You can expand it by clicking on the orange arrow, and then you'll see there's a bar where you can enter your question. So just go ahead and type it in. If you wanted to test it, you could just write hi to Kieran or send her a little smiley or a little virtual high five just to see how it works. So Kieran is here and she can answer any questions that you might have. So what's lined up for us here today? So we're going to talk about what is nesting. We're going to go into why it's important, how you can benefit from using it. We're going to show you some examples, and then Oded here is going to show you a live demo of how to go ahead and set that up in your account. So it's a step-by-step demo. And again, questions can be submitted anytime throughout the presentation. The presentation is also being recorded, so if you have to hop off in the middle, don't worry, the session is recorded and we will be sending you a recording probably first thing tomorrow. So nesting, what is nesting? Nesting is a cool capability that's been added to vcita's CRM recently. It's basically the ability to add nested people or individuals or items under a contact person. So what does that mean? You have your contact person, you have your client card, your contact person, the person you work with, and under that one person, you can have a couple of different items nested. So what exactly are these items? What are we nesting? So it depends on what kind of business you run. You can have a bunch of different clients nested under one contact person. So maybe, a bunch of family members, maybe you have kind of one contact person, and through that person you communicate, with regards to different clients. So you want to have them all kind of nested under the one. If you are in the home service or field service space, maybe you want to manage several jobs for the same contact person, or maybe several properties owned by the same person. If you are in the healthcare space, you might be wanting to manage several patients for the same contact person. So maybe a family, maybe you have a parent and you have a couple of kids that are, that you treat, and you have this one parent who, that's the person, you're going to call, that's the person you send the invoice to, but the treatment you're giving to the actual, to the kids. If you are in the legal or in the finance space, you might be managing several cases or several projects per client, or if you're in sales, maybe you have several opportunities or accounts. There's also a pet option if some of you guys treat vets, and a student option if you are teachers and have a couple of different students under the same contact person. So these are the different options. You're going to choose the terminology that works best for your business, and then that's going to be the terminology that you're going to be using kind of across the board in vcita. So here are just some examples here, on the left. So Amanda, she is the contact person for her children. If you treat, if you're say, for example, a pediatrician, and you have a couple of kids that you see regularly, and Amanda's their mom, so she's the contact person, and under her you have the clients nested, the patients nested. The example in the middle is an example of a case. So maybe you're managing a couple of cases owned by the same, kind of related to the same person, or perhaps properties that are owned by the same person. So again, just a couple of examples. Now, so let's say you added a couple of items kind of nested under one person. What does that mean? How does that really impact the way you use vcita? So what's going to happen is, looks like I'm having some more trouble with my slideshow. Sorry about that. Let's just give this another try. I'm going to try and present. And if it doesn't work, I might have to just skip back to the previous slide. Sorry about this, guys. But basically, what I wanted to say is that what's going to happen is you're going to have these different items nested under a contact person, and then all the elements of vcita. So whether you're generating an invoice or collecting a payment, or creating an appointment, any kind of action you're taking in vcita to date is connected with one person, right? So you're kind of scheduling an appointment with a person. You're collecting a payment from one person. You're writing a note about a meeting with a person. So any action is always related to one person. And what's going to happen once you have these nested items, you can also connect the different actions, the appointments, the payments, the invoices, the notes, the estimates. All this stuff can be connected with the nested item as well. So you can connect estimates or appointments or payments or whatever it is, not only with a contact person, but also with a project or with an account or with a patient or with a property or whatever terminology it is that you use. So why is this important? First of all, we're adding, by doing this, by using nesting in your account, you're actually kind of adding this additional layer to your vcita account. You're associating these different activities, these appointments, these payments, not only with the person, but with the specific project or property or whatever it is, which gives you just kind of the ability to manage super detailed and precise business records. You know exactly kind of what goes where and what's connected to who. This will also impact, your ability to deliver highly personalized service. So say if today you're managing several projects for the same customer. So if you go into that customer's client card, you're going to have all the information there, but it's probably kind of scattered. The different projects are kind of scattered across different notes or different client fields or different messages or different appointments. So what's going to happen now is once you've had the different project nested under the contact person, you can have the relevant notes and appointments and everything nested with the associated with the relevant project. So you're kind of managing these projects as separate items under the same person. So that gives you the ability to deliver better service because you kind of have everything organized on your end, and you can streamline communication with that. And it's also going to impact the way your clients experience vcita. And I'm going to show you, I have some great examples for this one too. So let's start looking at some examples. So this is the client card. Remember a couple of weeks ago, or is it already a couple of months ago, Oded, you were here with us and we went over the brand new client card. So this is the client card that we use. On the right hand side, you're used to seeing the contact information. And on the bottom right-hand side, you're going to see this is a new section. This is where you're going to be adding your nested items. So you see here, there's Anya, Ben, Casey. These are all items that are nested under Anya, who is the main contact person. So this is an example of a clinic account. And it's a mother who has, 2 kids, and the kids are nested under her. She's the main contact person for them. Moving forward, we're going to look at the appointment list. So this is an example of an appointment, sort of just zoomed in a little bit, and you can see that the appointment is documented as an appointment that's there's a contact person, which is Anya, and then there is Casey, who is her daughter in this example, and she's the one that's receiving treatment. So you have the contact person and the nested patient appearing on all the records in this example in the appointments. Same goes with payments and billing. So in this example, you can see again within the billing, you can see both the main contact person as well as the nested item, which in this case is the daughter. And here is another example with documents as well. So you see, once you start nesting these items and working with these nested items with your day-to-day appointments and documents and everything, your records are always going to reflect not only the main contact person, but also the nested item that's related to the activity. And this is what I was talking about before. So this is how nesting is going to impact your client's experience with vcita. So first I want to say this is only going to happen once you've arranged the nesting on your back end. So this isn't going to, you're not going to get any clients saying oh, what's happening, you're going to first arrange the nesting in your account, and only then will it be reflected on your client's portal. So once you've arranged the nesting in your account, you have your nested items and you have that set up. When your clients connect to the portal, they're going to have this little prompt asking them which item they want to take action on behalf of. So in this example, if Anya is logging into the client portal, she can decide if she wants to, book an appointment for herself or for her kids. If she chooses herself, there's always going to be a little indication on the right-hand side. So whatever item is chosen is going to be highlighted on the right-hand side. There's a little drop down, and then they can, Anya in this example, can go ahead and switch, if she wants to book an appointment on behalf of her daughter or her son or for herself. And this is an example of what it looks like within the scheduling flow. So there's always going to be an indication up on top showing which patient am I scheduling this appointment for. So those are just some examples. We're going to look at all this again with Oded's demo. So again, Oded is going to walk us through how to start using nesting in your account, how to start creating these nested items, and then how you can start working with them. So Oded, I am going to go send you a little invite to share your screen. It should just take a moment. Should be coming through about now.
Right. Oh, there it is.
All right, so we're gonna.
So you can see my vcita account.
Yeah,
perfect.
We can see.
So, all right. Hello everyone again. I'll start my demonstration with, as Rachel said before, you can choose the terminology term that best fits your business to how you name your clients. So it can be patients, it can be projects, it can be all the options that Rachel just said. For the demo, I'm using an account that is a clinic. So I call my clients, actually they are patients. So I want to change, first of all, the term. So instead of clients, to use patients. So what you should do is go to the settings section, and in the settings section, at the business info, if you scroll down in the advanced section, there is a new this is the addition that we added now to the advanced section, which is the CRM terminology. Here you can select the term that you want to name your managed items, individuals. So by default, it will be keep default terminology, which is clients, like now. Or if you select the choose a custom term, you will see that there are many options, and you can select the one that fits your business, how you manage your nested items. I'll select patients, save it, and once the page is refreshed, you will see that in the CRM, first of all, on the menu, you will see that now I have patients, no, not clients anymore. And across the CRM, you will see in several areas where the term that is being used is patients. So for example, if I now go to the patient list, it will be indicated here and here, and basically the same will be across the CRM. So for the demo purpose, let's say that I have an existing patient, Marie, and Marie is very satisfied with my service, and she now wants to schedule an appointment for her son, which is a new patient for me. So what I will do is I'll search for Marie. Oh, there it is. So I'll go to her patient card, and inside the patient card, you'll see that this is the card that you are already familiar with, that we launched a few months ago. And now we added here this section, the patients list that are associated, nested under Marie, under the contact person. And from here, you can add more nested items. It can be patients, projects, cases, properties, all the options. Just by clicking on the add patient, it will open this window with the contact information section is already populated with all the information that we already logged for Marie, her name, her email, etc. And all I need to do in order to add Marie's son, Mike, as an additional patient is just fill in the patient details. So for example, the name, I'll fill out also the paid by insurance, and so on and so forth. You will fill the details that you want to capture for your patients. And once I'm saving it, now it will be added as a new patient, Mike, which is nested under Marie. And you can see over here that it was added to this list. So here you will find always the nested items that are nested under this contact person. And as you can see, these are the details that I logged for Mike. And there are no conversation yet, no activity yet, because I just did it now. And if I'll move now, if I want to check, for example, something about Marie's last appointment or some details, how much she owes me, or so now I switched by clicking on the right record to see this information. So now I'm on Marie's card, and again to Mike's card. So let's say that I want now to schedule an appointment for Mike. That was the reason we started this tour. So I can do this from here just by clicking on the new appointment, or from the new button over here. And first of all, an indication that you will notice, and it will be in any other activities as well, in sharing documents, in sending messages, always we will indicate if the item is nested under a contact person, it will be indicated over here. So you'll see Marie as the contact person and Mike, which is the patient. And then you will fill out all the, you will go through the form of setting the appointment. I won't do it from here because I want to show you also how it's done, let's say, from the calendar. So what I will do now, let's set the appointment for Thursday at this time frame. So this is the list of patients that you are already familiar with this flow. What was added over here is that I can now search for for the patient either by the contact person, first or last name, or by the patient name themselves. So if I'll write Marie, I will find Marie, which is the main contact person and also a patient, or Mike, which is her son, and it will be indicated like we see over here, Mike is the patient name and Marie is the contact. Let's select Mike, and I'll choose that service. I'll set it up, and it's added to the calendar. And what you will notice also over here is that we indicate also on the calendar. It's very important that you will be clear when you prepare yourself for your next appointment. Is it an appointment for Marie, for Mike or son, or for any other family members, or for any other cases, projects, etc. So you'll have the context of the appointment. So you will see that Marie is the contact, and in brackets always you will see the indication of who is the patient or the nested item. And if I will go to the appointment page, so also over here, like I said, we will reflect or indicate in the different areas of the CRM the information about who is the contact, and if there is the context of the appointment or document or message are for a nested item, it will be indicated over here as well. And from here, let's go back to the to Mike's full card. So as you can see, now it's added over here, and like I said before, when you switch from one patient to another, always you will see that information for the item that you selected to watch or view the information for at that point. So now I'm viewing Mike's latest message was the scheduling of the appointment, and if I'll go to the booking tab on the patient card, this is the next one. And if I'll go to Marie, so there is no future upcoming booking, but you will see, for example, over here, all their past appointments. So that's, and also all this indication and all this information is reflected across all of the CRM. So whether if you're created an invoice sent to the, for example, to Marie, you sent it to Marie regarding Mike's appointment, you will see it as well on Mike's patient card with an indication that it was sent to Marie. So that's another example. All right, Rachel? I think you're on mute.
Yeah, sorry about that. I was saying that this was, thank you so much for the demonstration. I think you really brought it to life. And I think what's important to stress here, for those who are watching us, that in this example, we are indeed looking at a scenario where it's kind of, like a contact person and then another person nested underneath. But then again, as we mentioned up front, there are different terminologies that you can use. So you can do the same kind of all the flows that Oded just showed you. Would be the same if you were, whether you were nesting people or projects or properties or cases or whatever items, whatever work items you work with. It's all the same flows, and obviously, it's kind of, you'll just have to choose your terminology, and that's the way, that's what your account is going to look like. I'm going to go ahead and reshare my screen. Because we do have a couple more, just a couple more things we wanted to cover today. So Oded, I think a great question to ask now is what's happening next? Because, we obviously, this has gone live, this should be in all your accounts, regardless of which vcita subscription you have. This is available for all plans. And I know there are a couple of enhancements that are coming up in the next couple of weeks. So tell us a little bit more about what's coming up next on the roadmap.
Yeah, so thanks, Rachel, again. We are adding a couple more items that are related to this functionality, this great addition. The first one is the ability to import multiple nested items under different contact persons. So you will be able to import your, for example, list of families with the, for example, with the parent and the nested items, which are the children, for example. So this is one addition that is now in the works and will be released very soon. And another option, and you can see now the bullet, is the ability to nest an existing contact. So I will explain what we mean by that. So from now on, you will be able to create new nested items, new nested, for example, patient cases projects under an existing contact, which is great, really great. But we acknowledge that you also have an existing clients that are actually, you want to nest them together, to have, for example, two family members, two children, and you might that are today are created as separated clients, but you want to move them to be under the contact person of the parent of one of them. So what we are working now is the ability to select to nest an existing client, an existing patient, or an existing case, any of the items, to nest them under a different contact person, and by that to start and kind of merging or organizing your CRM, so you will be able also to do some kind of a housekeeping and organize better your patient list, so or items list, and by that it will enable you to enjoy this feature, and it will also enable you to have more a great service for your clients, because now you won't need to select, okay, now I want to check that patient, or is it that card or that card. You will have, like I showed before, all the abilities or all the list of the nested items under the contact person, and it's very organized. So this is now in the works and will be released very soon as well.
Thanks for that, Oded. I did see that we had a question coming in about exactly about this, about, oh, I already have this contact person and I would like to then go ahead and nest them underneath another existing contact. So yeah, so I guess this is all great news.
So stay tuned. Yeah.
Yeah, so both that and the option to go ahead and import a list of clients with nested items. So this is great news.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing. This is an exclusive sneak peek into the roadmap. So thanks for giving us this heads up. So we are coming close to the end of the presentation for today. What I wanted to suggest is that, if you still feel like, first of all, if you have some questions, of course, go ahead and ask them. Kieran is here, happy to lend a hand. And we also have some great documentation in our help center. There are some articles that cover, step-by-step guide to kind of the process that Oded just showed you. And there is also a great short video that'll, kind of really sums it up real nicely. So you should see links to those articles and to that video drop in the chat area now. So you can go ahead and copy paste that, put it somewhere where you can access it, because, obviously when this presentation when we finish the presentation for today and wrap up, the links will be gone. But we will be sending you, so you can, go ahead, you can find it in the chat area, just copy paste for later. And we will be sending you a follow-up email with a link to today's presentation, full recorded session, as well as a link to these Help Center articles and the video that you can go ahead and choose. So I would like to thank you again, Oded, for being here with us today. This has been really. Thank you for coming. This is really exciting. I remember when we had the demo a couple of months ago for the first, for the new client card, I remember thinking, oh, the next one we do together is going to be for the nesting capabilities, which I know is a feature that has been requested many times, and really can, it's it works really well for different types of businesses. So I'm excited that we're finally doing this here today. Thank you for taking the time. Thank you so much, you guys, for joining us. We hope you are all well and safe, and we look forward to seeing you in our next presentation. Thank you, Kieran, for being here backstage and taking the questions live. Once again, guys, have a great day, and we'll see you next time. Stay safe and take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.